folks, the ground rules here are we have to stay right here at this hangar. Don't go to this hangar down here because they'll arrest me. That's all it takes.
I bet if you're really tall.
Yeah, well, I'm really short. So
This is the forward bomb bay, the B-29. There's a bomb bay of equal size behind the center wing box. This is actually not a B-29, it's a B-29A. And you can tell that by it has this center wing box. The wings actually bolt to each side of that box. On the standard B-29, the wings meet in the middle and they're bolted together right on the center line. It's impossible in the field to change wings because it takes a humongous crane in order to lift all four engines, the gear, and the center wing section out with one piece and then replace it. So they made it so it'd be a little easier to maintain and keep more aircraft mission capable. Also, the Mach 500-pound bombs, there was actually a rack in the center also, so they could put 20 in this bomb bay, 20 in the back, for 20,000-pound total bomb load. Usually they wouldn't have that many because they'd have to have enough fuel to get to the target and back. And depending on the weight of the fuel, that would, whatever was left over would be what you could carry in bomb weight. So each mission was different. They'd have to do the math to figure out the weather and still have enough fuel to get home. You can see the curve on this bulkhead. It's the pressure vessel. And the tunnel overhead, you could crawl from the front pressure compartment to the back. It's one pressurized compartment with the hands and knees sort of deal. Kind of fun. The Boeing engineer that built that was a little on the heavy side. He figured if he could get through the tunnel, then all his 18-year-old kids could. So nobody ever got stuck as far as him. So head on up there, sir. The further you walk out with your hands on the handrail, the easier it will be for you.
Do you fly at altitudes now that require pressurization?
No. It would put too much stress on you.
I'm sorry.
Okay, not a problem. Okay.
I leave it 2 weeks to do it.
I understand. Not to worry. And to walk out with your hands out. And the further you go with your hands, the easier it is to pull your feet. Howdy.
I'd like to get up there.
Good. Excellent. I don't know if I mentioned, you can see the curve on the pressure bulkhead. You got the connection tunnel up there.
Yeah.
Also. Got the center wing box that the wings are bolted to. You can see the little holes over the wing there, the little light that you can see. Those hatches are actually where the life rafts used to be. There's a door you can crawl up from the back, get up on the wing, open that hatch, and actually crawl out on the wing to gas up the airplane and check the oil.
Excellent.
We were talking to a B-52 bombardier. He said that they still use these.
Yourself. Oh, yeah.
Well, us from Rockford, Illinois. We're from northeast corner of Oklahoma.
where are you from, sir?
Must be Texas.
I'm from Texas.
Okay.
I live about 10 minutes away.
All right.
You're the flight engineer then?
I'm sitting in his seat. I'm actually I'll be a new co-pilot on this next month. I'm a B-24 guy now. This is the guy that does all the work, everything from fueling to oil to running the engines. A whole lot of
And that's all done by verbal communication? So if the intercom goes...
procedure, you know. Well, he's got enough information, he can make some decent decisions. And if the pilot doesn't like what's happening, he's got throttles up there, so
So he can override, or they just,
Yeah, they all move together.
okay. So is there a complete set of flight controls or just throttles?
He only has throttles, and he does have some prop controls that are on the center console if he doesn't override, but typically would not do that.
What altitude does this normally fly at now?
Yeah, we're 10 or below.
10 or below. What kind of field requirements do you have?
We're 6,000 minimum, 100 foot wide.
6,000 feet.
Yeah.
What kind of speeds do you have for rotation and short final and
Start
over
to
the
bring
fence?
the nose off about 90, and then just let it sit there. And it'll be flying around 120, which is VMC, 125. Climbing 140, 150, up to 190 climb. And come into the pattern about 180, 160 around base, about 140 on final. So you're pretty short in. All you're doing is this. Yeah, it's like
When you're heading up the ladder here, you put your hands on those handrails.
A lot of adverse yaw as well. So it takes some getting used to.
Do you land it at a crab or do you?
No, you try any sideward, any sideways movement, it'll be straight down the road. Very much like a tail dragger, because with no nose wheel steering, if you don't have it set up so there's no change when you touch, and have your asymmetric thrust already figured out, you're gonna have a problem. Same with the 24, we treat it like a tail dragger, because you got no steering.
It's free castering?
Yeah. I think this thing flew 150 last year, something like that, I think I remember seeing.
Wow.
But I wouldn't say that it's necessarily an accurate figure, but I think that's about what it was.
And fuel burn?
400 gallons an hour.
Is that per engine or per air?
For the
That's for the whole aircraft.
That's
It's actually
much.
more reasonable than I thought.
Yeah.